So I'm going to jump straight into the travel insurance provider that I use for my adventures here on Fitness Street that I've been using since around August 2022. So I've been using them for a while, and I've been back on Fitness Street now for about 2 months or so, and I've been using this insurance provider called Safety Wing. And I'm paying $45 a month, which works out to be around $1.60 per day. Now, the way I see it is that it's a small price to pay for what could go wrong. You know, I have a scooter, I rent a scooter, and I'm correctly licensed and all of those things. All those details around what's not covered and the exclusions and all that kind of stuff is on the Safety Wing website. I'll link it up down below, but I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. But I know I'm covered on a scooter here. So for me, this insurance provider is perfect. Before I go any further, I've never had to make a claim with Safety Wing, and from my research on all the different travel insurance providers that I've done, I've been doing this research on and off for a while. The biggest telltale factor for determining a good insurance provider, travel insurance provider, is their claims process. So they all sell, you know, a great package up front, but how well do they process claims if you have to make a claim? So I can't speak to Safety Wing's claims process because I've never had to make a claim yet. Touch wood. Touch wood, I never have to make a claim. But if I have to make a claim and I have a hard time, then I'm going to make a video on it for sure. So there will be a follow-up video if I ever have to make a claim with Safety Wing. So I can't speak to their claims process, but I have emailed their customer support to get clarification around different aspects of the policy. Because I've been reading through the fine print of the policy, and you guys should do the same. This may not be the right insurance provider for you, so I'm essentially telling everyone watching this that you need to do your own research, you need to read the fine print, you need to figure out whether whatever you're doing here on Fitness Street or Phuket, Thailand, or what adventures you want to do, you need to figure out whether those are covered or not on this policy. For what I'm up to, I'm happy with this insurance provider for the price that I'm paying. And the main reason why I am with this provider is because they're a lot cheaper than the $300 that I was paying per month with the other insurance providers. So I'm only paying $45 a month. I was paying about $300 with the other guys. And because I'm spending so much time out here in Phuket, Thailand, I just want to cut some costs down a little bit. But when I look at the cost, $45 a month, which is about $1.60 per day. And just a quick note on that. If you go to the Safety Wing website, it depends on your age. So if you're over 70, they're not going to cover you, simple. They're just not going to provide any insurance coverage for you. So this is not a provider for you, if you're over 69 or 70. So for 18 to 39 year olds, it's $45 a month. Different age brackets have different prices, but go and check it out on their website. From my research, they're $45 a month for several reasons. One being that you have to pay a $250 deductible every time you make a claim with Safety Wing. So in other words, if you have to go to hospital and it costs you $1,000, you have to pay the first $250 out of pocket, and then Safety Wing will pay the rest. Okay, so what that means in a practical sense is that if you have to go to a doctor or go to a physio due to an injury or food poisoning or whatever, then if the cost of that is less than $250, then there's no point making a claim. You just have to pay out of pocket. But obviously if it's more than that, then you'll pay the first $250 out of pocket, and then the difference Safety Wing will pay. So the first bit is the deductible. Now with the other insurance provider that I was with, I wouldn't have to pay that $250 deductible. There is no deductible. So that's something to keep in mind. They've got a $250 deductible. The second thing that I noticed that would make this insurance provider so cheap is that their max limits are a lot less than the provider that I was with before. So if you go to the Safety Wing website, I'll throw it up on your screen anyway, the max limit is $250,000. Okay, that's the maximum limit they'll pay out for medical insurance. Now, that sounds like a lot. It's not anywhere near 5 million that I was covered for with the previous provider. And I think with the next tier above that, there was unlimited coverage. So there wasn't a price, there was no cap. So tier down was about 5 million. This one maximum is 250,000. 250,000 still sounds like a lot, but from my research, it does make sense why it is $45 a month, because the maximum is a lot less. There are several more exclusions and things of that nature, which you should just go and check out on their website. I'm not going to bore you with the details. They market themselves as insurance for nomads. So if you're a long-term traveler like me, a digital nomad, then this is something to check out. Okay. I decided to switch because they're a little cheaper, and I'm happy to accept the $250,000 max limit. And also they cover motorbikes and scooters as well. But you have to check the details around what's covered. So I'm fully licensed. Okay, so I have a motorbike license back in Australia. I have an international driver's permit here for Thailand. And an international driver's permit is not an actual license, it's a translation document, so it translates your home license into several different languages. So if you go to IDP and you flick through it, there's different languages. And Thai is one of those languages. So that you can give it to the police officer and they can see that you're not insured, that you are licensed. So you have to be licensed in your home country for an IDP to be valid. I'm not going to go on about this, but you also need to be wearing a helmet at the least. If you're not wearing a helmet in Thailand, you're not covered, even if you are licensed. So this is a waste of, travel insurance is a waste of time if you're licensed and you have, you get out travel insurance, because if you have to make a claim, you're not wearing a helmet at the least, then you're not covered. It's simple as that. So I tick that box. So I know for myself that I'm covered if, touch wood, I ever have a motorbike or a scooter accident here in Thailand. And then on top of that, the fitness classes are covered, but there are things that are not covered. So go and check out the details around what's not covered, because I'm not going to go through all of that. For example, mixed martial arts, not covered. Adventure sports, not covered. If you're a professional athlete and you're, just say you're one championship, UA Warriors, UFC, or a professional Muay Thai fighter with a different organization or whatever, and you're fighting at Patong or Rawai Stadium or whatever, you're not covered. If you get elbowed to the face, that's on you. If you're getting a spitting heel kick to the face in an MMA class, you're not covered. So you need to look at the exclusions in the policy, find out what you're going to be doing out here. If you're doing general fitness classes and things of that nature, you get food poisoned, again, all the details are in the policy, then you may be covered. So you need to do your own research on that. So anyway, that's it. $45 a month is what I pay. I'll link them up down below if you guys want to check them out. Click on the link, do some research. Otherwise, yeah, make sure that this is for you first before you sign up, because I don't want to be responsible for someone saying, you told me this was covered. I'm telling you to read the PDS, read the fine print, determine if it's right for you. If it's not right for you, don't sign up for it. If it is, sign up for it. But this is who I'm with, and for now, I'm happy with them. But if I have to make a claim and I have a terrible time through the claims process, then you guys will be the first to know. Anyway, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.